America. Welcome to Third Eye Knowledge with the messenger giving you the real and radical information, hopefully progressing the American people into getting ready further for what's coming. This country is becoming a disaster. First, we're going to start with finally figuring out where all the PPE is going and if it's going to be distributed to the American people all over the country. Well, according to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, publicly reporting the acquisitions despite the outlay of millions of dollars of taxpayer money, nor has the administration basically defined how it decides which supplies are seized and where are they going to reroute them. Basically, with it, just in short, they take it from wherever it's delivered at any port of delivery in the country. Basically, again, with Jared Kushner's Shadow Force team, they go around the entire country. They have millions of groups, and they seize it, take it back to the federal government, put it in a federal storage, and keep it for themselves, basically. Just out of Florida, a medical system saw an order for thermometers taken away out of the system. And also officials at a system in basically Massachusetts as well were unable to determine where the order of masks went to, basically Peace Health Incorporated, in which is a system that keeps track of 10 hospitals or more for wherever PPE, equipment, heart monitors, all that good stuff, and where it's going. And the system in Washington and Alaska had shipment of testing supplies recently given to them. Let's just give a short summary on that for a second. The government's stealing your PPE. It's not going anywhere. And I'm encouraging the American people this week, call as many hospitals on your free time if you still have it, with the country opening, so you can get your own answers. Let's move on. Trump screws over the National Guard. States are grateful, but they're not needed according to Trump. Nope, don't need them. A senior FEMA official acknowledged during the call that June 24th deadline means that thousands of members who first deployed, where they were going to, first deployed, in late March will find that they're done 89-day duty credit under the 9/11 bill, which means they're also big fat chance that they're not getting paid. More than 40,000 of those troops been currently assisting states nonstop, and that deployment ends June 24th. So any state that is a national disaster and within itself will no longer receive help from the National Guard. Go way back when Bernie was dealing with it, the benefit recipients, Bernie was making sure that veterans and active duty military men were getting the payments and also covered through the GI Bill. Now McCain is cutting that and succeeding on cutting that because that's what the Republicans are doing, especially on behalf of the Trump administration. Trump is not paying for the military. Top National Guard officials didn't even try to block that, by the way. They just said, fuck it. That's exactly what they said. And you can go to 4 or 5 sources for that, whether it's progressive, mainstream media platforms. They'll tell you the same thing. And Medicaid, through the White House, will not comment. None of them. They will not comment. And nobody's backing anybody at this point. That's why we need to unite in the communities. Make sure everybody's covered. And if your state government refuses to do that, take action. The military can't speak because they work for the government. So speak for them. This country, especially the well-off people, you know who you are. We need to unite in this country and make sure our men and women are getting the payment they receive. And if it can't, we need to try in our communities to make sure we get food to our military people. They deserve to eat. They deserve to wash. When it's cold, they deserve to stay warm. When it's hot, they deserve to stay cool. If their car breaks down, we should be helping them. Anything happens with their family, we should be comforting them. They don't have to help us, and they could turn against us, just to let y'all know that. We need to come together. Now, this whole Trump and hydroxychloroquine, he doesn't have lupus, he doesn't have malaria, he doesn't need to be taking it. Hopefully, he'll die from using this drug, if he's really using it. Trump continues to lie as usual, and say his colleagues, dragging up the people and the doctor, the White House doctor as well, screaming and beating on the counter that I take it, my colleagues take it, boo-hoo-hoo. That's what overgrown children do. They throw temper tantrums. And the doctor is giving them, most likely, Quaaludes, placebos, or sugar caplets. The slush fund, this lovely new $450 trillion bill, a giant portion of that bill is going to the Federal Reserve. There is no outreach, overreach, or oversight on this bill, and the pandemic is making it possible. Don't have to keep tabs. So to sum it all up tonight, America, don't trust your government. Again, as I say in every video, and it's getting very redundant. The more you find out about your federal government, I really hope that the American people are doing whatever they can to unite with their families and friends. You need to start stacking money to the states that are running out of health care. My recommendation for the states with the governors that aren't doing anything to cover you with health insurance, you can't find jobs in that state, come to state-funded health insurance places. You need to get somewhere where you can get health care. The state governments in Michigan, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, get out of there. Join the resistance. This country is falling apart and becoming apocalyptically close to killing itself. America, your people and the government are not backing you up at all. They're saying whatever they got to say on national cable television to go back into Washington and do whatever they want to do. There's no oversight. There is no inspector generals. There is no keeping the peace. There is no keeping it legal and fair and preventive action to keep the power for the people. It's being abused to a point in which now your government, as of last night, is passing a bill to spy on each and every American going. Trump decided to take it, and this is for every immigrant that is legal watching this with family that comes to visit. Run, because they're spying on you through your web browsers, your credit cards, your phone calls, your Facebook page, and your Twitter page. It's called Spygate. And you're not going to hear this on cable television because they're paid to shut the fuck up. And they're gonna try to teeter it out of existence, so you guys don't know that you're being watched. So anybody that is watching this, if you're from El Salvador, if you're from Mexico, if you're from any other country besides this one, and even my brothers and sisters with criminal records, they're going to be spying on you 24/7. If they find anything that is used for probable cause to search your information and search your personal life, which is basically civil liberty violations, Trump decided to take an executive order, oversee and overreach the government to get straight to Senate as an executive order, and that is passed at 12 a.m. last night. So your government's spying on you too. Type in incognito, put your browser in incognito, type in TYT, Spygate, Donald Trump and his administration. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Hopefully by now, YouTube has not blocked it. But America, you need to heed this video tonight. This is one of my most important broadcasts for the American people. They're doing whatever they want, turning it into the Trump family administration. So I advise every American to unite in the community. Anybody that's in states that doesn't have health insurance, losing every single benefit right now going, and they're also cut SNAP last night as well. Any family works more than 20 hours a week, it's back to taking your food stamps now. Go to a state that has state-funded health care. Cop up in a hotel, use that address for 24 hours, and then get your emergency health care, get yourself checked out, take care of your physical health, because pretty soon hospitals are jacking up the premiums 40% across the spectrum. 40% increase. So I wish everybody a wonderful evening. Don't get alarmed. Use it as coverage. Find a way to get through. It is going to be 1% all day, every day. The elitists are going to take this country by storm, so we need to take our communities by storm and lock it down. Dump the states with shitty governors and go somewhere else. Now's the perfect time. They're not focused on state borders right now, and if they are, find a way to get through. Washington's taking your country, taking your freedom with it. Your privacy is no longer safe because they violated civil liberties by using government overreach as an executive order to pass that bill. It's done. Everybody have a wonderful evening. I'll be back on later on, or possibly tomorrow, with more information. As soon as it comes across the desk of Third Eye Knowledge, the American people will be the first one to know. I'm out. Peace and love.